Drivers know it, and potholes like these serve as a reminder there is a lot of work still ahead. This happened sometime recently at the Oak Grove Cemetery outside of Newaygo. As you can see, the vehicle's tracks still remain through the snow, showing a clear path through and past the tombstones. The Kent County Sheriff's Office and Grand Rapids Police are among many police agencies across Michigan that use Chinese-made drones. But now their future could be up in the air. There are now dashboard cameras on 120 Sheriff's Department vehicles, like the one hanging from the windshield of this cruiser. Crews plan to restore the rapids to the lower reach of the river, from 300 feet upstream of Bridge Street down to Fulton Street. They will remove 4 dams and place rocks and boulders in the river. Brian and Sue, this house right behind me on Timber Creek Court has a giant hole through its roof. Crews have covered it up with a tarp because of all of the rain we've seen here today. A season that has far exceeded expectations has reached new heights. The Washington Commanders are headed to the NFC Championship game. Trump supporters have been waiting outside Van Andel Arena all day for this, and this line is long. It stretches all the way down Fulton and loops all the way around Ionia. If you take a look behind me, you can see this building had its roof, walls, and door completely ripped off. There's debris all over here.
After dozens of crashes at a single Northeast Grand Rapids intersection, that neighborhood's finally convinced the city to turn it into a roundabout.
News 8's Byron Tollefson is live at the intersection of Coit Avenue and Guild Street tonight to show us just how bad it's been. Byron?
After many crashes and near crashes at this intersection behind me, this neighborhood finally had enough. It's tough getting sleep sometimes in this Northeast Grand Rapids neighborhood. Just ask Hunter Hubers. He's recorded crash after crash after crash right in front of his home.
Since we've only been here 4 years, I have a folder of over 30 car crashes on this corner.
One time, a driver smashed into a guardrail in front of his house.
Had that guardrail not been there, it would have been in my living room, like without a doubt.
Hunter thought of his 3-year-old daughter, who likes to play outside.
She liked to stand at the guardrail and wave at cars going by, and we kept telling her that was dangerous, like if we were out doing yard work and stuff. And so with the last crash that took it out, I was like, okay, we're just not gonna play in the front yard now.
So he started going door to door, asking his neighborhood to sign a petition urging the city to make this a roundabout so drivers slow down. Eventually, the city said yes, and now it's finally up.
I think it's amazing. It would be cool if they could put something that looks a little nicer, but, you know, this is a little ratchet, but, you know.
Crystal Jones used to park a pickup truck here, but last fall, a driver crashed right into the back of the truck, causing $6,000 in damage.
Honestly, I was upset. I was already late, which is pretty on par for me, but I had to, at that point, then I had to contact the police, you know.
It's just been a mess out here, honestly, for a very long time.
It's about time for a roundabout, says another neighbor, Adam Fuller. From about a decade of living here, he estimates that drivers are going between 40 and 50 miles an hour in a 25 zone.
All in all, I'd say it's the best solution they could put here.
A mother and son are picking up the pieces tonight after their businesses were destroyed in a fire last night. The hair salon and tattoo shop operated in Southeast Grand Rapids on South Division Avenue, not far from Alger Street Southeast. News 8's Byron Tollefson is live outside the business now after talking with the son today. Byron?
What used to be a hair salon and tattoo parlor here behind me has now been wrecked by fire. Businesses that were started to help turn lives around. Tonight, crews are on scene here investigating this as a suspicious fire. For Rafael Torres and his mom, Gloria, their businesses were their way of breaking out of a generational cycle of poverty and incarceration.
We came from nothing. I mean, we came from sleeping with roaches, you know, evictions, prisons, just all this stuff, you know, and this was our I mean, it wasn't much, but we felt like we made it with this. You know, this was our version of making it out the hood and making it, you know, into a better lifestyle.
Rafael ran a tattoo shop, Southwest Inc., while his mom managed Ferm Estilo Hair Salon, Spanish for fine styles. Their passions were also aimed to give back to the Burden Heights neighborhood, with a happy place for the community to gather.
Our main goal was to do stuff for our people, minorities alike, or just, you know, anybody that wants to come and, you know, just be happy and just be around be accepted around, you know, people loved.
While they were closed Sunday night, their phones started blowing up with calls and texts that their building was on fire.
We couldn't believe it, so we rushed here, and sure enough, you know, it looked like hell, you know, just seeing everything we worked for just burn up in flames like it was nothing.
Firefighters broke through a window to get inside the hair salon covered in flames. They were forced out as the ceiling collapsed. As Rafael and his mom watched firefighters battle the flames, their family, friends, and customers wrapped their arms around them.
But everyone is like, you know, driving by, pulling up, you know, giving us hugs and, you know, watching our business burn down with us. You know, they're like, man, like, you know, we've been coming here faithfully every week for years.
The roof eventually caved in, and the building is a total loss. It's unclear how the fire started, and Grand Rapids police tell News 8 it's being investigated as a suspicious fire. Michigan State Police's K-9 unit searched through the wrecked building Monday. Grand Rapids police say an arson investigator was also on scene. Rafael suspects the fire was deliberately set, though he says he never received any threats. Still,
whoever it is, I mean, I forgive them. You know, I do. I mean, I'm no one to hate anybody for what they did. I don't know why, but I hope one day they find peace within themselves to never hurt anybody else like this again.
They've lost their main source of income. They're not sure how their building burst on fire, but still, keeping each other close, they're staying strong.
We may have lost our business, we may have lost, you know, some peace, but one thing we didn't lose is faith, you know, love and hope. So we're just holding each other tight, you know.
A Grand Rapids firefighter suffered an arm injury while escaping the building. He's expected to be okay. We're live in Grand Rapids tonight. Byron Tollefson, News 8.